I am Alaina Odessa with AlainaOdessa.com, and I am just doing a little expose on the poem When I Was a Liar. And it's from my book Slow Running Honey. And I'm just talking about some of the, I say a lot. Dang, it frustrates me. I was getting ready to say it again. So there is a line is subdued the awkwardness of the moment by repositioning the focus. Hocus pocus, batting the eyes, and in plain sight vulnerability disguised. Weakness dressed in lust. It's amazing. It is so amazing to me how, having been brought to the place where my relationship and my connection to the Lord has brought me in understanding just exactly what was going on at that time in my life, what was going on in my heart, what was going on in my mind. And it amazes me that how that physical act of what was supposed to be intimacy was really not. And so months and you know, several times, I mean, I'm 38 years old. Many times the months turned into years, you know, as the time went by. And so I was in these relationships with different men that I didn't know, that I never knew. I mean, we were, you know, playing house, or we were doing, you know, the things that we were doing. I mean, you know, taking little trips and, you know, cooking dinner, and I mean, there was a life involved. This was my life. But at the end of the day, there was no connection. And so the subduing the awkwardness of the moment is whenever it was really time to really explore the other person, to really get to know the other person, to really give my vulnerability over. Because again, I just cannot reiterate enough that promiscuity is steeped in the promiscuous mentality that stems from the fear, the wounds and the fears that were created by the effects of abandonment, the effects of rejection, the effects of feeling and believing yourself to be unloved. And so at the end of the day, it is, if this is the root, then we cannot function from anything but that root. So it's like, I want from you what I'm unprepared, I'm ill prepared to have it. So I want it, but I'm afraid of it. I need it, but I'm afraid of it. I'm seeking it, you know, I'm doing all of the preparatory things to quote unquote create this connection in my life, but at the end of the day, I'm afraid to create that connection with you because I believe that I am unworthy. I believe at the end of the day that I'm going to put myself out there and you are going to leave me, that I'm going to, you know, share just this realness, you know, about myself, and you are going to reject me. And so because I have these feelings of unworthiness going on, it's like I don't even deserve in my mind and in my heart what I'm saying I want. And so how, I mean, if underneath it all, the whole punishment issue is, oh, they left me because of something that I did, or the parent left, or the, you know, the whoever, I mean, whatever the origination of that abandonment and rejection and feeling unloved was about, it is the belief, really, 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 that you deserved it, that there's something wrong with you, and that this is why that person left. We don't have the tools to understand that they left because of their own issues. And so their issue is not our issue, but we accept it because of the reflection, because of the mirror images that we are. We're until we submit to being created and changed over in the image and likeness of God, then we receive these other, we receive the image of man as our reflection. And so I am that. I am whatever my environment looked like, however the people treated me in my environment, that is what I am. That is what I am worth. That is what I deserve. And so if I believe underneath it all that I am not even worthy for you to stay, it's like I can't give you my real self because you're going to leave. My real self is what makes people get up out of here. So how is it that we have still allowed this spirit of lust and this promiscuous mentality, this mindset to drive us into these places that fuel our hurt at the end of the day? So, I mean, that's what the subduing the awkwardness of the moment is. In the awkwardness of the moment, the wounded person goes to what they know. And, you know, you go to what you know. And so for me, it was, let me hurry up and connect again. Let me hurry up and plug this intimacy in. And I need to say it quickly because I don't know. I need a timer up in here so I'll know what's going on with like my minutes and stuff. But the Tandy Newton's character in For Colored Girls, she was talking about her intimacy. She believed that that connection that she had with all these different men night after night was her intimacy. And it wasn't intimacy at all. It was so far from intimacy. In fact, it was the opposite of intimacy, because intimacy is realness. Intimacy is giving ourselves away. You know, but I mean, at the end of the day, we can't give away what we don't have. So we have to cultivate the self in order to give the self away. We have to learn about the self. We have to be able ourselves to forgive ourselves and accept the fact that, you know, the things that weren't our fault, and the things that were came from, more likely than anything else, a misunderstanding, a misinterpretation. And so we have to forgive ourselves, and then we have to go to God, and we have to say to him, who help me, because this person that I have become, I do not believe that this person is the person that you created me to be. I do not believe that this is the height. I do not believe that this is the depth. I do not believe that this is the width of who I am. And there's so much more. Help me explore that. Help me explore that. Help me put these self-medicators down, the sex, the food, the shopping, the church. Because I mean, people can use church, you know, as a self-medicator. Whatever it is that we are doing to feel included is the opposite of what we were called to be. We were called to be. Again, we are not called to do, we are called to be. And so the cultivation of the God-made self is about the beingness of it all. It is about the submission to the beingness and trusting that we are safe to do that. And so whatever the people around us do, whatever the people around us, whatever their reaction is to it, because a wounded person is not going to understand your decision to heal. They're just not going to get that. But at the end of the day, we have to know that we can trust God to become, that we can trust God to be. We are safe. We are safe in his arms. And so I'll see you on the next video. Blessings and strength, peace and love, and amen. Alaina, Odessa.com.